Good evening. Happy Friday. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, Rosemary. Thank you to anyone who is catching the replay. Hi, Thelma. Hello, Bernice. Hi, Judy. Thank you for sharing, Thelma. I appreciate that. I apologize for hopping on just a wee bit late. Hi, Anne. Had to tell the kiddos to be quiet. Hi, Corinne. Thank you all for sharing. I really appreciate that. We'll see if anyone else hops on. Hi, Bonnie. Happy Friday. We will get started in just a minute. I've got my catalog open to our Lights Aglow suite here. This is what we're going to be featuring tonight. It is our last Christmas in July. Really quick before we get started, there's just a couple more days left to be entered into the drawing for the opal rounds. To be in this drawing, hi Mom, you have to order with my July host code, so that's orders of $150 or less. And the link will be up until noon on Sunday, which is the 31st. So here's those opal rounds. There's some of my favorite embellishments. I just love the little sparkle. And so there's the host code a little bit bigger for you. I will announce the winner of those opal rounds next Friday, and then I'll share with you what the August order prize is. And speaking of winners, I have winners to announce from last Friday's Christmas in July. I do two contests on Friday nights, one for those who comment on the video and one for those who share the video. I always recommend that you share and then comment and tell me that you shared. Hi Heather, happy Friday. And that way you're entered into both drawings, because sometimes your Facebook privacy settings don't tell me your name when you share, and I hate for people to miss the drawing. So anyway, for last week's projects, Patricia will be receiving this card in the mail. And then Miss Bernice, this is coming to you. So thank you ladies for commenting and sharing. I always appreciate that. And then two of you will receive projects from tonight's video. And I'll announce those winners on Friday next week. All right, so we will go ahead and get started. So thank you all for tuning in. We are talking about the Lights Aglow suite for this final Christmas in July. And this was a suite I really liked from the get-go. Very, very festive. This one is very Christmas oriented, which I know sounds silly for Christmas in July, but some of the suites have some other options. This one is largely geared towards Christmas. There are two bundles that are featured with this suite. The Christmas Lights stamp set. This is a red rubber cling set. And obviously is very Christmassy with the trees. I love this little tree, snowflakes, and then it does have these fun little garlands. And then the matching die set is the Twinkling Lights. This one is a fun one. You can die cut that Christmas tree stamp. There's also an embossing and cut out Christmas tree, same with the snowflake. So lots of options here. And that's just half of the suite. And then the other half is the Brightest Glow stamp set. This is also red rubber cling. And this one is pretty much specifically Christmas. There is a Happy New Year and the wishing you a season of hope and light. I happen personally to think that that could go with a Happy Hanukkah card if you've got a Happy Hanukkah stamp. I don't know that we have a set currently that has that in. I know we have in past years, but that would be a good sentiment if you have any friends who you would want to send Hanukkah cards to. But lots of nice greetings here. It really covers them all for Christmas. And then we have the Labels Aglow dies that coordinate with that. And you can get these individually or in the bundle, which saves you 10% if you get the bundle. And this has some really interesting pieces. We have the these funky little die cuts that leave you lots of circles. I'll talk about them later. We have some fantastic shapes. I really like this one. It's just a circle with some detail to it. Definitely could be used any time of year, not just for Christmas. We also have this long skinny label, and then this pretty one as well. And then we have the other pieces that just cut out, not the whole shape, but that leave you with the design, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So those are the two bundles that are featured in the suite. And then I'm going to give you a quick peek at a couple of the other pieces that coordinate as well. We have this beautiful satin edged ribbon that is very vanilla. It's not white. It does have that vanilla look, which we get a lot of white ribbon, so I'm kind of happy to have a vanilla ribbon to go with different things. And then it has that beautiful gold to it. We have our festive pearls, which are red and green. The green is a very soft green. It's more soft succulent or mint macaron. It probably would maybe even go with soft seafoam. It's a very, very pale green. And then we have the silver and gold. You can tell I'm using a lot of gold here. And then we have 3 different sets of paper. We have our glimmer paper, which let me make sure I'm telling you the official name of it. This is our glimmer 12 by 12 paper, and it has the evening evergreen. This is very vanilla, and then gold. Nice sparkly. And then there is also our festive foil specialty paper. This comes in 12 by 12. I've used some of this. And the cherry cobbler, yep, making sure I had the right red. Cherry cobbler, soft succulent, those have snowflake themes. And then we have the gold as well, which could be used for any occasion since it's just got the dots design. So you get 2 sheets of each of these, and it is 12 by 12. And then we have our Lights Aglow specialty paper. This is a 6 by 6 pack of 48 sheets. You get 4 each of the designs, and I really like it. They have lots of greens to choose from, the soft succulent and the evening evergreen, the cherry cobbler, and then there's black and white and some very vanilla, and at least one side of each paper has foil, like this with our snowflakes on it. Lots of variety, mainly Christmassy, but there are prints such as this one. I don't know what you want to call that, bubbles or bouquet dots. We used to have a stamp similar to this. This could be for any occasion, any time of year. We also have some prints like this. So lots of designs for you to choose from as well. So I have 14 projects to show you tonight. I had hoped for more, but it's been kind of a crazy busy week, and I really think this is enough. So largely Christmas, but we do have a couple others as well. So here's the first card. Oh, my ribbon's trying to escape on me here. So I did use that very vanilla ribbon, a strip across the front, and then a bow. You can see one of the labels from the Labels Aglow set. And I really just kind of let the designer series paper speak for itself here with that gold Christmas tree background. And then, of course, using some of the other stamps and the sentiment set for the inside. And this one, it was funny. This was the first one I did. I stamped the whole thing, got the inside finished, and then I had a smudge right here. So I know this star kind of looks out of place, but I was not going to toss this whole card. So we added some snowflakes to kind of cover my smudge. It's a wonderful thing about having small accent stamps. So there's the first card. And then here is the second one. I started with cards just featuring a lot of the designer series paper. Now this one features some of the foil paper and some of the designer series paper. One of the pieces that I like the best is this piece. And it comes in the red or the cherry cobbler and in the green. And one of the reasons that I liked it is because I was looking for the red to pull that out too. There it is. Is because you can very simply get 4 cards from one sheet. All you have to do is cut this into 3 by 3. It's the perfect size. And so that's a real quick and easy way to start your cards. I simply took that 3 by 3 square, backed it on a 3 1/4 inch square, and then layered it on a piece of paper. And you could stamp directly in the middle, or I chose to use some of our stylish shapes and just add a sentiment and then some of the pearls. And so you can put these together really quickly, and you can also mix and match your pieces, different layers of designer series paper. Here I centered it, here I offset it, added a little snippet of that vanilla ribbon. So these cards go together very quickly, and you get 2 squares with that designer series paper, and then you also get 2 circles. And so I made a quick card with all of these. And so you can go as fancy with them or keep them as simple as you like. But it's a real quick and easy way to get 4 cards out of one 6 by 6 piece of paper with just a few other pieces. And since you get 4 of each, that's 16 cards in a very simple design if you want. So just something to think about there. Next up, I decided to jump into those Christmas trees. So here I wanted the background to be the designer series paper. I added a couple coordinating strips just for a little bit different background. And then I die cut the overall shape of the Christmas tree and stamped. And I don't know that it shows fantastically well on camera, but I heat embossed. I used Versamark ink and then used gold embossing powder and then heat embossed that and just added a few pearls for my accent. And it's a beautiful card. And then, in keeping with those Christmas trees, I did one slightly different. I wanted more than one tree here, so this one is the frame and that secondary Christmas tree piece. Can you see the little embossed stars and circles there? I added some of the silver and red pearls here. And this one is embossed as well, and we don't offer embossing powder in every color. But a trick that I learned fairly recently, which I just think is fantastic, is that you can actually emboss in any color. So what I did was I took that beautiful Christmas tree stamp, I inked it up with Versamark, and then I inked it up with Evening Evergreen, stamped it on my paper, and then I put clear embossing powder on. The Versamark ink will not hurt your colored ink pad, so it did not hurt my Evening Evergreen. And then by putting that clear embossing powder on, I could have whatever color I want and then heat emboss it. So I've got a nice little embossed piece there in whatever color I want. And so I did it on Soft Succulent there and added the label. And so that's just a fun little tip. And I wanted to show you this piece. This is one of the dies from that, I think it's the Labels Aglow set. And I mentioned all those little circular pieces. So I will give you a word of warning if you use this set. If you cut out white like I did here, you will have little scraps all over your table. It looked like you spilled sprinkles from the nonpareils. And if you use black paper, you will look like you spilled pepper all over your craft area. So I've had the vacuum out this week. So, but it's a fun, different accent piece. So I couldn't decide what to do with it, so I decided to put it inside a card. Now here on this next card, I let the designer series paper speak for the background, but I wanted to use some of that beautiful glimmer paper. And this is paper in Evening Evergreen. So I cut out the snowflake, and it's a little hard to see. Actually, it's coming across better on camera, I think, than I thought it would. But can you see the detail in the snowflake? I really like that. That's using both pieces to the snowflake die that we have. Did take me a little bit to punch out some of the little pieces, but beautifully, it comes out beautifully. And then I use the smaller snowflake as well. And then there's the inside. Like I said, great sentiments to use on your Christmas cards here. And of course, all sorts of snowflake accents for your envelopes as well. And you don't have to stick with your traditional Christmas colors. Here I wanted to incorporate that gold and vanilla paper. So here I've got the specialty foil paper along with a strip of the gold foil from the DSP. I cut out my snowflake and I heat embossed this with gold as well. And I added some of our sequins, our gold sequins, as accents. And then here again is that long skinny label. This is very handy for lots of different things. Isn't that glimmer paper beautiful, Anne? It's just so sparkly with that gold, and the evening evergreen really comes across nicely. I did not use any of the vanilla. I'll have to work on that. And then here again, just a simple sentiment on the inside. All right, so we're stepping away from Christmas, not very far with this card. This is a New Year's card that I made. Since we do have the Happy New Year, it is very easy to do New Year's cards if you prefer those over Christmas. Sometimes I get a little behind on my Christmas card making, and it would be simpler to mail Happy New Year cards. So this definitely gives you some options. Here's that beautiful, it looked like I had pepper sprinkled all over my workstation, but I wanted to really showcase the gold glimmer paper and have that show through behind this panel. So I just used the circle die here, and then I added some of the snowflakes just to give it a little more character, and simply popped my greeting up here with dimensionals. So very quick and easy. I did put a greeting. I thought I forgot to put a greeting in that one. But I thought this worked for New Year's cards as well. Now, I did say earlier that this set really skews towards Christmas, but you do have some possibilities if you'd like to use some of the pieces for things other than Christmas. So here is it could be a birthday card or just a general card with the designer series paper. So it does have Christmas colors in it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas. I added some evening evergreen ribbon that I had on hand, and then that beautiful label, and then just kept the inside simple with the rest of my sentiment. These are from the Charming Sentiments, I believe it's called. It's a great new set that we have. So there's one option for you, and I kept the theme going with some designer series paper on my envelope flap. And then you can also use pieces of the set with different stamp sets or even different designer series paper. So here is a card that I did using just the garland. I kept struggling for the word that I wanted to use. So the star garland and then the little polka dot, and I just took a strip of designer series paper and went back and forth in coordinating colors. I picked my designer series paper first and then just did the stamping, and then I added my longer label more as an accent and then stamped on that smaller round label that I'm very fond of. I really like shapes that have accents to them, like the stitching or the perforated designs. And then there's the inside on that one as well, along with the envelope flap to match. So you do have some options for creating different style cards, not just for Christmas, with this set that is largely Christmas oriented. And I do have a couple more. One thing about that designer series paper pack is it had the papers that were black and gold, and they really struck me as being for Halloween. They're good for New Year's. Some of them have stars and things, but I really saw Halloween in two of them. Now, I don't have much in the way of current Halloween sets that are on my wish list, but I did make this one, so this is a little sneak peek at what we're going to talk about next Friday night, which is our Gingham Cottage Suite, which features our cottage wreath set. And so here I used part of that cottage wreath set and made a Halloween card, but I used the designer series paper from this Christmas suite. This large black and white panel is the base, and then I thought the gold went with it perfectly. And then I just tied in all my colors together. I don't have an inside on this one yet because I didn't dig up any of my old Halloween suites or stamp sets, but it will get a Halloween greeting on the inside. And so it's just a little bit different, something fun. So you do have options. And then I have one more to show you, final card for the night. Now, don't forget, we have that brand new holiday mini catalog, which came out at the beginning of this month, and we are in celebration. So that is for the 2 days that are left in this month, plus the entire month of August. You get to pick a special gift with every $50 or $100 purchase that you make. And one of those purchases can be, if you want, our hippo. I can't remember the name of the set, but it's our little adorable little hippos. So I thought this piece of designer series paper was fun, and I thought, you know what? I saw a little party hat in this tiny Christmas tree. So that is what I did. I decorated my little hippo and gave her a party hat. And then I used the gold glimmer paper to go with our designer series paper and really kind of pull out the gold in this. So I just thought this was a fun card. Shows off those adorable hippos and just shows you one other thing you can do. And sometimes a Christmas tree doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. And then this one has a fun little inside as well. So I hope you enjoyed this quick peek at our Lights Aglow suite and got some ideas. So it was fun putting these all together for you. So this was our last Christmas in July. I'm going to have one more Christmas in July, except it'll be the first Friday in August. Can anybody else believe we're in August in just a couple of days? But we're going to talk about the Gingham Cottage Suite. And one of the things I'm really excited about is I know when I showcased the pieces to this suite, when I did my unboxing, I know we were not really fond of the designer series paper that accompanied that set. But I can't wait because I have seen some ladies do some amazing things to that designer series paper and they really transform it, and I can't wait to show you some of the ideas that I have to go with that card set and that designer series paper. Corinne, I have not heard about that paper being sold out. I will have to go check. I was out for a large portion of the day, but I have not seen anything come across yet. The only thing I know for sure that is sold out is those, the soft sea foam and pool party cards. So if I do find out anything, I will post it here on the Faithful Stamper page. So I hope you will come back next Friday at 8:30 and check out what I have to show you, and maybe just take a peek and see if you like these ideas that I have, not only for the stamp set, but for that paper that everybody was not quite keen on. Myself included, I was not real thrilled with it, but some of the things I have seen are absolutely amazing, so I can't wait to show you. I will also be back on Monday for the very first Mystery Monday in August. I will post a supply list at 8:30, or no, I won't. I will post a supply list in the morning, and then at 8:30, if you join me, you will get to see me reveal that card live. And the only little hint I'm going to give you is that it is a great way to use small pieces of designer series paper. So if you're like me and you hoard those little bits, this is a great way to use some of them up. So I hope you will join me. So thanks so much for sticking with me tonight, and I hope you enjoyed those cards. I will post pictures of the cards here on the Faithful Stamper page tomorrow morning. If you want to get a closer look at them or save them for your own use later, that you are more than welcome to save any of these ideas and copy them. I'm happy to share them all with you. And please always feel free to share your ideas with me, whether it be with the stamps that I'm using for the night or anything else you have. I love different layouts, and I love seeing what you all do with your creative journey. So please feel free to share anytime. All right, I'm going to sign off here for now. Enough of me talking, but thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you have a great weekend and hope to see you online Monday night. Take care, everybody. Happy crafting.